Right, so this week I had a really good question on one of my groups with regards to the question of cramped CVs. So this is where a candidate has worked in many jobs and now they have to put that into a 2 or 3 page CV. Things are looking a little bit dicey. Right, so how do you solve that? And really 3 very, very easy tips to solve that problem. And I'm going to give those tips to you right now, and you'll see after you've made those changes to your CV, you're going to get a much better reader-focused type of CV by just making these 3 simple changes. And here they are. So the first one, make sure you group your company roles together. So what I see a lot of in CVs is where someone has worked in the same company, and what they do is they put the company name, and then they put the position, and then they get promoted and then they move to a different role within the company, and then they simply just repeat the company name and they do this on their CV repetitively. That is total waste of space. Put the company name and the roles that you've worked in underneath that one company name with the dates. And if the company name has changed, so sometimes companies merge and change, put it in brackets. So put the 2 companies together, keep everything grouped under that one company name, and then the reader can make more sense. Now, if you started your role in that company as a data capturer, and now you're the CEO, you don't want to talk about your days as a data capturer if you're now the CEO. So, at the top, closest to the name of the company, put in most of the detail in your most recent role. You don't have to include every single bit of detail for all the 3 or 4 promotions that you've had in that company. Just talk to the reader about the role that makes the most sense and where you had the greatest effect on the company from a commercial point of view. Very straightforward. Okay. Second tip is put in perm or contract. Tell the reader whether the role was permanent or contract. Project managers work on dates. They work between X and Y, and it's virtually a contract. Locums, medical doctors, they work on contracts. They're locums. So you're allowed to do that, but make sure the reader understands that you were employed as a contractor or a permanent person, or that the role entailed a set period of time, i.e. a contract. Okay, very straightforward. Then the third thing, and this is really, I'm breaking a little bit of my own rule here because I don't like putting reasons for leaving in a CV. However, when you're starting to accumulate roles in your CV, and especially if they're contract, it's nice to put in under that role that the contract ended, or the project ended, or the locum ended, to tell the reader, to indicate to them that it was a set amount of time that you were hired for and it came to an end. So easy. And then the reader knows, okay, so this was a project, it was from this date to this date, the person was hired on a contract to do that project, and therefore it came to an end, and now the person has gone to the next position. And then the CV starts to make sense. Just remember, it must flow. The CV must flow, and if there's lots of positions, it's fine. But if you're following those 3 rules, it's going to flow, and it's going to make the reader much more at ease with your CV story and more understandable. So there's my 3 tips for getting a little bit more of an organized CV, so it's less cramped. Try and apply those 3 rules to your CV, even if your CV doesn't look cramped, and you'll see it's immediately going to flow better in any case. Good luck with your CV write, and especially good luck with your job search. Great.